In the previous lesson, we added some swipe to delete behavior to our table view. So we can swipe on a row and delete it. And that looks pretty good. But one problem that we identified is that when we go out of the list and then come back in, we can see those rows showing up again in our list. And that's because we didn't update the state of our persistent data model. So in this lesson, we'll add a delete method to our album class, and then we'll circle back around to our UI to fully implement our swipe to delete functionality. So I'll switch to the album class, and I'm going to add a new method called delete. Well, actually, I won't use delete since delete's a keyword, but I'll call it delete album. We'll probably want to rename our other methods as well, just so that all three are fairly consistent. I'll show you how we can do that easily as well. So we'll go provide an implementation of this. Now, the implementation is actually going to be quite similar to our save method. In the interest of time, I will simply duplicate the body of the save method for our delete method. And I'll leave it as an exercise for the user to go refactor this code so that we won't have quite so much duplication. But the same basic steps need to happen. We need to first retrieve the list of albums, perform some operation on it, and then save those changes back to disk. Now, ideally, what we would like to do is simply call albums remove object and then pass in ourself. But unfortunately, that's not going to work. And the reason is that although our findAll call returned an album object containing our same data, it's not the same object instance. So the method call won't remove the object since it doesn't realize that these two objects are equal. But we can fix this behavior by overriding NSObjects and hash methods. Let me just provide some stub implementations of those. So the method returns a Boolean indicating if the object being passed in the argument is equal to this one. So let's perform a few tests. We're first going to say if the object being passed in is equal to self, meaning this is the same object instance, simply return yes and no further tests are needed. Now, if the other object being passed in is nil, or if the other object is not an instance of an album class, we want to return no. Since the argument type is ID, technically any Objective-C object type could be passed in. So we'll test to make sure it's not nil and make sure that it is a valid album instance. Now, assuming neither of these two tests returned a value, then what we want to do is we want to compare the album ID. So I'm going to say self.albumID, is that equal to the other object's album ID? Now, anytime I override the isEqual method, I additionally need to override the hash method. Implementing a valid hashing routine is not a trivial matter, but since we only have this album ID defining the uniqueness of our object, we can really delegate the hard work off to Coco. I'll just create an NS number and create an NS number based on our album ID property. And then simply call its hash method. So this will really delegate the hard work off to NS number. But in this case, this is sufficient for our needs. Now when album's remove object self is invoked, we'll get the correct behavior because we'll rely on this isEqual implementation so that instead of simply comparing identity, it will actually look at the album IDs of each object and see if they are equal. Now let's make one additional change as long as we're in here. We called this delete album, so it would probably make sense that we rename our other methods. I'll double click on this and highlight save, and then right click and select refactor, rename. Instead of save, I'll call this save album. And I do want to select rename related files. Click preview, and we can see the changes that are going to be made. So it was save, but it will be called save album. So both the H and M files have been renamed. I'll click save. I will disable snapshots. And let's also rename our findAll method. So right click, refactor, rename, and I'll call this findAll albums. Click preview so we can see our usage of the findAll method in music list view controller has been renamed. Click save, Now let me compile. You'll often find with Xcode's refactoring it's close but not necessarily 100%. Although it did find our usage in the music list view controller, it unfortunately didn't find the implementation sitting right next to the find all albums method. So I will just have to manually rename these. All right, and compile. All right, that looks good. So let's go to the music list view controller, and let's get a reference to an album. So we'll say self.albums, object.index, indexPath.row, and we'll call delete, compile, and run the app. So swipe, delete, swipe, delete, swipe, delete, and go back and come back in, and we can see that those albums are now gone. Let's try that one more time. So now both our UI and our persistent data model are in sync with each other. If we want to get back to our original list, we can simply go to the About iMusic button and select Delete and Reset Sample Data. And when we go back in, we'll be reset to what we were before. So in this lesson, we learned how to implement the isEqual and hash methods in order to implement our delete album method. Now, correctly implementing these methods is not always easy to do, so I would recommend reading Apple's documentation on this for more details.